Spoiler warning. There are still a lot of unresolved concerns for True Detective Night Country to address before its finale, with just 2 episodes remaining in its 6-part series. The 4th episode of True Detective Night Country introduced a number of fresh revelations, such as the passing of a significant supporting figure and the identification of Otis Heiss, who tells Danvers the unsettling news that you're in Night Country now.
We're all in the Night Country now.
Welcome to Movie Spy, and don't forget to subscribe for more twist videos. 10. Annie K. was killed by who? Many answers will come from solving Annie's case. Who killed Annie K years before the events of True Detective Night Country are one of the largest unanswered mysteries to date. The case of Annie K resurfaces as it relates to the group of researchers that vanished at the beginning of True Detective Night Country and serves as the primary reason why Navarro, Callie Reese, and Danvers ceased cooperating. Given the identical spiral marks on their bodies, the identity of Annie K's killer will probably shed light on the Salal researchers' killings as well. 9. How did the researchers fare? The most prominent murder suspect is Raymond Clark. Not only is the group of Salal researchers a significant theme in True Detective Night Country, but there's also a lot of mystery surrounding their horrifying deaths. Raymond Clark has been the main suspect in murder cases thus far in the series. It's possible that he was possessed by a malevolent entity that took over his body. Though they haven't been covered in detail in True Detective Night Country yet, these kinds of supernatural themes ought to be covered in more detail in the last 2 episodes. 8. Is Season 4 of True Detective truly supernatural? Will the supernatural behavior in the series have reasoned explanations? The mystical components that were added to the critically acclaimed HBO series True Detective Night Country set it apart from its earlier seasons. The question of whether the supernatural components of True Detective Night Country are being portrayed as real or as some kind of unavoidable side consequence remains unanswered after 4 episodes. The association between the tainted water and psychedelic experiences has been suggested, but Night Country has not yet stated how it feels about the supernatural aspects of it. 7. What does True Detective Night Country's spiral symbol meaning mean? How exactly does the spiral symbol relate to Season 1? Perhaps the most famous symbol utilized in True Detective is the spiral, which first appeared in Season 1 and was meant to allude to the notorious Yellow King cult. In True Detective Night Country, the spiral sign seems to allude to a possibly connected, though probably unrelated, connotation associated with some kind of esoteric witchcraft. The spiral has already been called a devil's emblem in Night Country, but it's unclear exactly what that implies when it shows up on screen. 6. To what extent is Otis Heiss truly informed? Otis might have a wealth of information for Danvers and Navarro. Perhaps Danvers and Navarro's first genuine lead in the dead researcher's case is Otis Heiss, a very new character who initially appears in True Detective Night Country Episode 4. It is instantly unclear how Heiss survived because his injuries are comparable to those of the deceased researchers. Otis appears to be wearing Raymond Clark's winter coat, suggesting a direct connection to Annie K's slaying. Many of the mysteries in Night Country may be solved by Otis.
He's hiding in the Night Country.
5. What became of Navarro's mother? Mom of Navarro was killed by an unidentified assailant.
Your mother says hello.
The terrible destiny of Navarro's mother, which was briefly discussed in True Detective Night Country Episode 3, has left her a victim of trauma herself. Navarro remembers how her father frequently mistreated her mother, causing her to take the children and go. After struggling with mental health issues, Navarro's mother left one night and was subsequently discovered dead, having been murdered by an unidentified assailant. For this reason, Navarro becomes committed to cracking Annie's case, but the truth about what truly happened to her mother still eludes her.
Hello, Travis.
4. Will Travis's status as Rust Cole's father have any further implications? While not a significant member of Night Country, Travis might. The fact that Travis is Rust Cole's father is another connection to True Detective Season 1 that may be found in Night Country. One of Matthew McConaughey's detective protagonists in the acclaimed True Detective original series is Rust. After the events of Season 1, Rust traveled to Alaska and probably spent time with his father, Travis, before the latter passed away from leukemia. Even though Travis appears and is referenced only once in Night Country, he doesn't yet have a significant effect on the plot. 3. What use does Hank Pryor's storyline serve?
He is at the airport. picking up his fiancée.
Hank eventually understands that his fictitious fiancée is a con artist. After 4 episodes of True Detective Season 1, there is still more mystery around Hank Pryor's story. Despite the fact that they have never met, he keeps emailing a lady he refers to as his fiancée throughout the entire series. On Christmas Eve, he looks forward to her visit but eventually discovers he is being duped. It's unclear if Hank's plotline is merely filler material of some kind or if it has any connection to the main plot. 2. In what specific ways do the Tuttles appear in True Detective Night Country? The antagonist of Season 1 was inspired by the Tuttle family. True Detective Night Country's reveal of Tuttle United and its use of spiral symbolism will force the show to address how the Tuttle family's first season presence affects the plot in Season 4. The Tuttle family was the mastermind behind the Yellow King cult in Season 1, which served as the model for Errol Childress, the main antagonist. This information indicates that the corruption of the Tuttle family has reached Ennis, Alaska, although it is still unknown how this corruption is connected to Annie K, the Solal researchers, in the paranormal activity. 1. What does the one-eyed polar bear mean? The bear might stand in for the sorrows of Navarro and Danvers. In True Detective Night Country, Danvers and Navarro encounter the one-eyed polar bear while driving at various times, although it's still unknown why or if the bear is real. In Episode 4, it is hinted that the polar bear is a motif utilized in the show to symbolize loss because Danvers and Navarro had both lost close family members they cherished. The one-eyed polar bear in True Detective Night Country may allude to occult themes that have not yet been explored, although they will probably be discussed in the show's last 2 episodes.